Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Alright guys, so let's get into our analysis for the morning. Got a few things to talk about here. Alright, so obviously we just got market open. Don't worry about this right here was a trade I was looking, like last night I called out, I said I would look for the shorts if Asia High got swept, and Asia High ended up getting swept, but I was asleep, snoring in my bed, so I didn't end up popping in that trade. But if you guys did take the shorts after Asia High got swept, you could have caught about 200 ticks on that one. So I don't know if anybody caught those shorts last night, but I did call them out. And if I was awake, I definitely would have gotten in. But I fell asleep before I could get in the entries. But guys, so what I'm looking at right now is this 4-hour bearish order block. This was that point of resistance that I was looking at. But look how we have mitigated most of this order block at this point. Okay, so I'm waiting to kind of see this reaction of after sweeping Asia High again, if we're going to drop another time, or if we're going to try to come up to our 4-hour bearish fair value gap up here. But I do expect us, I want to see the market get pulled down, especially after seeing Tesla miss their earnings again. And what I mean by miss their earnings is they basically reported lower earnings than expected, right? So that might cause the market to kind of dump a little bit. So we're gonna wait and see if that happens. I really think my analysis overall, I want to see the market go short today. I want to see us come down and look at this daily volume gap that I pointed out last night. Look at the close of this candle and the open of this candle, right? So this is a big old volume gap here that I'd want to see filled, and we're going to see if it gets filled today. I think there's a strong possibility that we'd come down and try to fill it today. I do think that we have a lot of possibility of going short. So we're going to kind of wait and see. I like that we came up and swept our Asia High one more time, grab our buy side liquidity. So now what I'd want to kind of see happen is I'd want to see follow through to the downside, right? I'd want to see a real move, a real displacement move, market structure shift back to the downside, right? Where we come down and we displace this low, and we could really try to catch this thing right down to filling this whole gap. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Not too complicated, pretty simple idea. And again, guys, remember, like I always say, we expect one thing and we're ready to adapt and change if something else happens, right? So I want to see these shorts come in. I like these long wicks up. I like that we grabbed our buy side liquidity at market open. So that's why now I would expect us to drop. Right, we didn't come up and grab this liquidity, which is one thing that I kind of wanted us to come grab. Kind of wanted us to come sweep this liquidity as well. So we'll see if we're going to do that first. Okay, so now it's really just going to be a waiting game, and it's going to be waiting for market to choose a direction, waiting for a market structure shift, you know, a break of structure to the downside or to the upside, right? Just depending on what happens. We might come up and try to grab liquidity again, And it depends how this 4 hour is looking. This 4 hour, I would really like to see this 4 hour come back down. But look how we formed this 4 hour fair value gap. We trade down into it and we pump, right? But this is a strong resistance level. This is the one I called out yesterday. Right, this is the one I said we're going to target. So now I just want to see, are we going to start to get that reaction? Are we going to form maybe like a reversal pattern up here at Asia high again, where we come back down, or is price trying to really pump us up into our 4 hour imbalance above? So we are going to find out pretty shortly what that market structure is going to look like. Okay, so remember, if we come up and we displace this high up here, say we get like a candle close, full body candle close above this on our 5 and 15 minute, well then I would expect price to continue up, right? Continue to the upside. But say we come up here, we wick above, and we start to drop, then I'm expecting price to come all the way down to grab sell side, and I'm expecting today to be a bearish day. Okay, we don't have any major news, but we do have, right, we still have the effect of Tesla earnings from post-market yesterday. That's going to kind of leak into today. So we're going to see what happens. Remember, we got to look at our displacement. We got to make sure our candles are displacing. Yeah, we are getting an SMT actually, major SMT here. Look at over here on ES. Look how ES has only come up to here, and it's struggling at VWAP. NQ has come up here and has taken out our high. Like I said, I want to see this happen to where we take out our liquidity and then we drop. That's major SMT divergence here. Yeah, guys, so just kind of waiting. Gonna be patient. I'm not gonna rush into anything, right? We're still giving the market some time. We opened 7 minutes ago. Still giving the market some time to choose a direction. Right, so we're not getting SMT here, right? Because we've taken out this high. But we are getting SMT over here. Yeah, actually we are, sorry. Yeah, we're getting SMT here. This is that same high here on ES and over here on NQ. We've swept on NQ, and we have not swept over here on ES. But ES is looking very bullish right now, so we'll see if it does end up coming up and trying to take it. But again, patience is going to be key here. Gonna play this smart, gonna really wait. I would love to see NQ sweeping liquidity and start to drop, form a bearish breaker, but we'll see. The 1 minute looks pretty bullish here. The 5 and the 15 minute will tell us a lot. It'll give us a lot of confirmation here. Alright, so like what I like to see at market open is I like to see a manipulation move at market open where price does one thing and then we end up reversing and doing the real thing, right? Like a Judas swing. Or I'd like to see excuse me guys, I got really sick last week, so I'm still feeling the after effects of that. What I'd like to see is price coming up, faking us out to the upside and coming back down. Or if we get full displacement to the upside, man, we might see price continue to pump. Right, what I do like though is that we have these equal lows down here and this volume gap down here. So we do have this sell side liquidity, and that's kind of why I want price to come down and target our volume gap in the sell side liquidity. That's what I'm looking at. Right, so this 15 minute will be key. I know we just displaced on the 5 minute. We just displaced on the 5 minute. So we might see price continue up, but I want to wait for this. I want to wait till 8:45 and see what this 15 minute candle does. Okay, we'll keep our eye on this bullish breaker that we just formed on the 5 minute, right? With this low, high, lower, low. So we'll see. Does price come down on the 5 minute and bounce off this bullish breaker? Or are we going to see us go to the downside? All right, I would like to see price drop from here. And come target our sell side, but we're going to see. We're going to be patient. We're going to wait at least another 4 minutes here. See how this 15 minute candle closes. Because like I said, that 15 minute is going to tell us a lot. So will this 30 minute. Alright, but something to look out for is this bullish breaker we just formed. Okay, if your bias is the longs, that would be your entry right when we touched into that bullish breaker. That would be an entry in the longs right there. Right, price just hit daily fair value gap. Yes, it did. We got our daily SIBI up here. We're going to say daily bearish fair value gap. Alright, so we'll see if we get that reaction. I mean, our daily candle still looks very bullish right now, but this is a point like this imbalance that we could see some kind of reaction, but we're still looking pretty bullish. And look how we're reacting off that 5 minute breaker. So this is our daily, this is our 4 hour up here. Right? I know it's kind of a lot of boxes. Right, so this is our daily fair value gap that we're in right now, that we just touched above our 0.5 level. And look how price touched into that 5 minute bullish breaker and then bounced, right? But I still want to see us get a reaction off of this daily imbalance here. I still want to see us go short from here. But again, we only have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on this 15 minute. So if this 15 minute closes above, guys, I think there's a possibility that we are going to pump through that daily level, and we're going to keep pumping for the highs. Right, so if that's the case, I would probably wait for us to trade back down into that breaker again and probably look to get in longs. But if we start getting a strong like this, look at the strong reaction off this daily imbalance, right? If we start getting that strong reaction, price starts to head down, that's when I'm thinking about shorts. Right? Look at that resistance there. Look at that resistance we're seeing there at that daily imbalance. We still have SMT over here on ES and NQ. ES is getting closer to trying to take out that high. Still has not taken out that high though. So not a lot of follow through here on this 5 minute. We're seeing that rejection off that daily imbalance here. Right, so we might see this would be the point where if price doesn't drop from here, I think we're going to be long. But if we get that rejection here, I think price is really going to come down, and I think the shorts will start to come in. But we're about to get that displacement on the 15 minute. Strong displacement. So if we get that retracement, we might be able to catch a pretty solid move in the longs here. The only thing I don't like is that we got a very strong reaction off that daily imbalance. Okay, so that 15 minute just closed, strong displacement to the upside. Okay, so this 5-minute breaker is pretty strong level. So we're gonna see. Once price comes back into that 5-minute breaker, that's an entry I would look for in the longs. But I gotta see price bounce first. I'm not just gonna get in right when we touch this breaker. I want to see price come down into this and then start to bounce. Right, and let's see. Let's say we were looking for longs here. Let's see what our risk management would look like if we got in the top of that breaker. All right, it's about 72 ticks to the bottom. So obviously I'm not going to keep a 72 tick stop. I could keep about a 50 tick stop. That would be below our halfway point, which would be pretty solid. All right, below our equilibrium of that breaker would be pretty solid. So our risk management can be good. I typically like to keep my stop loss below the breaker, but if I get an entry all the way at the top, I'm not going to keep it all the way below. I'm not going to keep a 70 to 80 tick stop loss. We'll see what we do here. We're really showing a lot of weakness though at this point. Right? This daily imbalance is showing a lot of weakness. We're not showing the strength to be able to push through that level. That's why I'm still not 100% convinced in these longs. I'm not 100% convinced, but our structure is still very bullish, right? Our structure is still very bullish. That's why I said if we do come back down into that 5-minute breaker, I'm going to need to see a strong bounce from this level before I get any entry. I'm not going to get an entry in the longs if price is really pushing down aggressively, right? I mean, this 1 minute order block here is strong. We got a strong displacement candle. We just didn't get a lot of follow through on it, right? Good morning, Anko. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guys, so now for me, it's just kind of playing the waiting game. Like I said, this 1 minute right here, strong order block. If you wanted to get an entry off of this one, you could get an entry in the longs off of this order block. Right? And we're seeing that follow through right now off that 1 minute. It's a decent level. It's a decent level. You know, we're trying to push up and mitigate this daily fair value gap here. We're definitely trying to push up through it. But we're still not showing enough momentum for me. Still not showing enough momentum. We're seeing a lot of weakness here. Right? This would be the point where we could see a reversal, right? So that's why I'm kind of waiting. I'm just waiting for a reaction. I'm just kind of waiting to see what price is going to do. Right? Maybe we form a fair value gap on this 15-minute here. Unicorn setup, we might be able to take long. But yeah, like I said, guys, for me it's just about being patient today, waiting for the right setup. Remember, this order block could have been a good entry in the longs if you wanted to take a more aggressive entry in the longs. Right when we touched into that order block after forming that displacement candle, that's a good entry level, right? Right here is a good entry level. But for me right now, I'm either going to wait for price to retrace back down into this 5-minute breaker, or for us to truly get a breakout, a strong breakout, retrace maybe back into this order block here, and then to take long. The hard thing is, guys, we have all these imbalances that we're in. We're in this daily imbalance. We're in this 4 hour up here we're trying to get into. So a lot of points of resistance that we're going to have to push through if the longs are going to keep stepping in. Right, there's just something that tells me that I still want to see the shorts come back in. But again, I'm not going to be stubborn. Right, if these longs keep stepping in, I'm obviously going to take the longs. Good morning. Well, I'm glad to have you guys here. Hope you guys are having a good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you guys are. I know we've got people from all over. Everybody's on different time frames, but I'm glad that you're here. OC, oh yeah, we're on the same time frame. Yeah, guys, I'm super excited. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if you guys saw my announcement about under our music tab, but I want to make a playlist where we can have like everybody add like a song or a few songs to it, and then once we start running our educational sessions, I'll throw on that playlist, and we could start expanding our music taste, our knowledge and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. So if you guys didn't see that announcement under music, I was just kind of asking what kind of music you guys listen to, and what I'm gonna connect a bot to our Discord, and we can start listening to some music. And for educational sessions, I'm probably gonna start doing education next week. This week has kind of just been I'm only focusing on live trading this week, just because there's so many things that I have to do. I don't really have too much time to focus on education. Hey, Larry June. I like Larry June. And Revolution, of course. Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is a legend. Alright, guys, this is, like I said, this is that point where I'm expecting some kind of reversal. Look at that bearish candle coming in. Look at that bearish candle coming in. Right, we'll see if we get displacement, if we get a strong move down where we get a market structure shift, right, or we get some kind of breaker structure. I'll think about shorts, but I mean, look at that 15-minute, guys. That's a strong reaction off that daily level. We still have about 8 minutes left on the 15-minute candle, but this, we're gonna see. So if we come back down into this, I probably won't even short until we come back down into this 5-minute and mitigate this 5-minute breaker. If we do that and we displace it, that's when I'm really gonna be looking to take the shorts. But if we come back down into this 5-minute and we see a strong reaction off of it, the longs will still be in play. That's a pretty strong bearish candle there. Pretty strong bearish candle. Price is looking like it's trying to drive down. Looking like we're kind of trying to form a 1-minute bearish breaker here with this high, low, higher, high. If we displace this low, that would be a 1-minute bearish breaker. Right, also a 2-minute. Not really. It's kind of only on the 1 and the 2-minute time frame. This 3-minute order block it could be a key point, but if we try to push through that, remember, guys, my original bias is short, and we still have SMT. ES still hasn't taken out that high. Yes, that's the exact target. That's the target I called out last night, is our volume imbalance down here, right? We have equal lows. I think that's the target I was calling out last night. And like I said, this was the trade I was gonna get in, and I was gonna call it out. I basically said last night that if we take out Asia high, I would look for shorts, but I fell asleep, so I didn't really get the chance to. But look how we dropped for like over 200 ticks from where I called it out, right? So that's still, that target is still that volume imbalance below. That's why I still expect the shorts to come in. But now we have to see what price does off this 5-minute breaker. Okay, we have to see, is price going to come down to this 5 minute and bounce and we're still going to go long? Or are we going to push through that 5 minute breaker and actually target our lows? Because remember, we still got displacement to the upside, so we got to think about that. Yeah, we have the breaker structure on the 1 minute. All right, so now we have that little 1 minute. I'm going to get rid of this. We have this 1 minute breaker here. We have this 1 minute breaker. Bearish breaker. We have that breakaway fair value gap above. Right, but now we got to look at this 5 minute. What are we going to do with this 5 minute? Are we going to push through or are we going to get a bounce? Looks like we want to push through. Okay, so we'll see. There it is. All right, so here's my bias coming into play now. Right, we're trying to mitigate that 5 minute breaker. Let's see what happens. All right, guys. Well, this is my original plan here. My original plan was in these shorts. Right, so let's see if we push through VWAP or if, you know, this 5 minute candle still bounces from here. I still think shorts are going to come in. All right, so now it's about getting the right entry here. Like I said, guys, I was expecting a Judas swing to start, take out our buy side liquidity, and then for us to drop and come all the way down and take out these lows here. Wow, but I want to get an opportunity to get in these shorts, so they're not really giving us an opportunity here. They're not giving us an opportunity. Let's see some retracement. Let's see some retracement here. Let's see some retracement. We got this 1 minute fair value gap above. Would be a nice entry. Maybe even just off of bounce off VWAP could be a nice entry. Right, the aggressive entry in the shorts would have been right when we broke structure here, but that's not really the entry I was looking for. I wanted to see us really push through that 5 minute first. Because look, we still have this 5 minute to close, and look at that wick we're seeing here on the 5 minute. I still think we're going to close below. This would be a nice entry. If we form this 1 minute order block, this could be a really nice entry for us in the shorts. All right, but now we have this fair value gap above an order block. All right, we might try to come up, grab this fair value gap above, and then drop. But we are at VWAP, so I still might look to get an entry here. I just want to wait and see if we're going to retrace a little bit more. Try to grab this fair value gap right here. Or even the one above, right? But here's the issue is this 5 minute, I still want to see this 5 minute displace. I still think we're going to displace. We might be able to get a solid entry in the shorts here. We'll see. We'll see if we get that reaction now, if we're going to try to kind of go up to that fair value gap above. All right, we're still pushing. This is why you see me waiting to get an entry still. I'm not rushing to get an entry yet. This 5 minute, I just want to see this 5 minute close below. We've got about 20 seconds left. Man, we're not closing. We're not closing. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna start to look for shorts here. Alright, I just got an entry in the shorts there. And this is still more aggressive because I didn't wait for that 5 minute to close. But we did close at the very bottom, which I like. But again, this is still a more aggressive entry because we still could retrace a little bit. So again, I'm testing it out with half a lot here. 17, 730, 75. I might get stopped out already. Oh, did I get down? Oh, I got an entry pretty low there. 730, 75. Wow, I really thought I got a higher entry on that. Or a lower entry. Okay, well, I probably should have gotten stopped out already, but I didn't even have my stop placed in time. So I'm just going to let this one go for now. I'm going to keep my stop just at the high of that wick, so it's going to be like 57 ticks. I'm only in half a lot. And if I get stopped out, I'll look for a re-entry. Right. But I got a way lower... Alright, so I just got stopped because I got a way lower entry than I wanted. I thought I got my entry more up here. Okay, so now I'm going to wait for a re-entry here. Going to wait for a re-entry. I just got my re-entry there. I got my re-entry there. Okay, so 17, 7, 3, 8, 7, 5, a little bit better of an entry. 17, 7, 3, 8, 7, 5. We are above VWAP, so it is still it's still going to be hard to push through. Again, guys, this is still more aggressive for me. I'm going to keep my stop at 55 ticks. This is still kind of an aggressive entry because we still could retrace a little bit. So I'm going to kind of watch this trade closely, and you know, if we start to pump up a little bit, I might just kind of get out and wait for a different trade. But if we can push through VWAP, this one will run pretty far. If we can push down past VWAP here, this one's going to run. Okay, but I know we're struggling here because we do have, you know, we're trying to form that fair value gap above. And we still close inside of the breaker, but we close all the way at the bottom, which is why, and we started with a wick up. That's why I want to see us start to drop from here. We got that market structure shift. Okay, I like that we got that market structure shift. I like that we have our sell side target below. Right, so I'm going to look to take, if we can drop below VWAP, this trade will be good. This trade will be good if we can drop below VWAP, but if we can't, I'm going to look to kind of maybe get out of my position a little bit. But I'm only in half a lot still. Right, so remember, I like this setup. It's just we got to push through VWAP here. We got to push through VWAP. We're seeing that struggle here. But I love that we formed these breakaway fair value gaps and that we touched up into them. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to add into a full. I might kind of keep a half a lot until I see us close below VWAP. There we go, okay. Okay, if you guys did get into a full, you know, you could sell. You could already sell one if you want. We just hit 76 ticks. Right, so if you guys wanted to take that first TP, my first TP is all the way at like 100 and something ticks, so geez, that wick down is not good. Don't want to see that wick down like that. Yeah, that's not what I want to see. But if you guys, I'm sure some people sold half their position and moved their stop to break even. You might be out of this trade already. You might be out of this trade already. I still like these shorts overall, though. Overall, I still like them. It's just going to be about getting our entry. I just don't know, you know, I don't know if I timed my entry right here because, you know, I don't know if we're going to retrace a little bit more. But overall, I still like the shorts. Okay, so I have a limit order set down here. Overall target is still these equal lows down below. Right, all the way down here. Why is my mouse is glitching out a little bit? Okay, but that's the one thing, like I said, guys, we still haven't closed below VWAP, so I understand if you want to close out of your position and wait for a different entry, you could do that, right? Because we do have potential to kind of push up a little bit more, just because we have not closed below VWAP. What I do like though is on ES. Okay, so I got stopped there, but I'm still overall gonna look for these shorts, because look, we just formed that 5-minute fair value gap. I might look for shorts here actually again. Because of this, we'll see what we do at this 5-minute fair value gap here. If we can get a reaction off this gap, I think shorts will come back in. But it just depends. It depends what we do here. Okay, because we're still respecting that bullish breaker. Right, we're still respecting our 5-minute bullish breaker, so it's kind of tough for us to try to push down from here. We got those long wicks down. We pumped back up. Yeah, so these longs might step back in here. I really expected us to try to get that drop from that level. Okay, we still have our 1-minute bearish breaker, but we really did not want to continue to the downside. Wow, we're still getting that pump. Even after seeing that break of structure to the downside, I really expected us to continue down. I mean, look at that reaction off the daily imbalance. That's one of the main reasons I expected us to continue back to the downside. Look at that wick on the 1 hour, right? Completely grabbed liquidity and didn't even displace. Right, that's why I had conviction in the shorts. And that's why I still have conviction overall in the shorts. Right, this could be an entry up here. I don't know if I want to take this yet off this, just because it's only a 1-minute breaker. Because we're getting so much bullish momentum, I don't really want to get in the shorts right now. I kind of want to wait. I want to see us react more. We have so much bullish momentum. I'm not going to hop in the shorts again right now. Yeah, we're really trying to push through. Yeah, well, we did respect that. We respected this 5-minute bullish breaker. And now we're seeing that reaction off of it. Yeah, so I mean, my bias right now is kind of caught in between. I really wanted to see the shorts come in just because of my overall bias after seeing us bounce off that daily imbalance was in the shorts. But then seeing this 5-minute bullish breaker form and us bouncing off that bullish breaker is that's what's kind of keeping me in between right now, and that's why I'm not taking any more trades yet. Just because I'm still kind of caught in between with my bias right now. Okay, and if you're ever caught in between with your bias, like if you had one plan and something else is happening, sometimes it's better to just not take any trades. Don't just reverse your position just to reverse, right? Kind of you got to reevaluate, you got to rethink, really study the market, before just jumping in and reversing yourself, right? I like that we respected this 1-minute breaker here. But with all this momentum to the upside and with us respecting that 5-minute, I'm going to wait. We're getting a reaction off our 5-minute order block here as well. This 5-minute closes pretty soon here. Okay, here's the issue. We got SMT, but ES now has these equal highs that it's targeting. So that's why I think that's why we see ES trying to go up and take out these equal highs, take out that liquidity. All right, we're still respecting this 1 minute bearish breaker here though. We really are. Did anybody take TP on that first trade? I mean, we hit 70 something, like 76 ticks on it. I was just looking, I really expected us to really expand to the downside and really take out that low. That's why I didn't sell anything. But I don't know if did anybody take profit on that trade? Okay. Okay, a few people did. That's good. Look at that reaction off that 1 minute. Okay. That's a nice reaction there. But we have this balanced price range, or this inverse down here, inverse fair value gap. We're back into that 5 minute bullish breaker. We might start to see a bounce back to the upside from here. See, but this is what I mean by kind of caught in between, because we respect this bearish breaker, we get a strong bounce down, but then we come back down into this bullish inverse fair value gap bullish breaker. So I'm gonna continue to be patient here. Long 15-minute wick. And look at those shorts coming in, guys. Look at those shorts coming in. We could still have an opportunity to catch these shorts, right? But we're gonna need to see us actually push through this breaker. ES is bouncing off VWAP. Right, this would have been the ideal entry in the shorts up here, but I just didn't trust the 1 minute. I didn't trust the 1 minute breaker up here. Right, especially with that bullish momentum we saw. And with us respecting the 5 minute bullish breaker. I just didn't trust it. Yeah, I mean, look at that daily candle, guys. That does not tell me bullish. This does not tell me bullish. This tells me bearish. We're bouncing off that daily bearish fair value gap. That tells me I want to see price go down. I mean, look at that drop. Did anybody get an entry from this bearish breaker up here on the 1 minute? Nice, nice. There we go. Well, if you guys got an entry from up here, I mean, that's already hit 100 and almost about 120 ticks now. Wow. Sweet, okay. There we go. Again, guys, if we get another close, I need to see this 5 minute candle close below this breaker before I get in any shorts. And we close in about 40 seconds. All right, look how we're struggling at VWAP. We're really struggling to break through this. But if we close, yeah, look at that. Wow. That's what I want to see happen. This is exactly what I want to see happen. I want to see us close below VWAP. I want to see us close below this breaker. Look at that 15-minute candle. That 15-minute is really nice. We're about to close on that one too. Okay, now my conviction in the shorts is there. It is there. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, that's nice. That's a great close there. So I want to see the shorts come back in. Okay, but now it's about getting the right entry. You know, this fair value gap up here would be a great entry. This fair value gap here, if we form this fair value gap, that would be a really nice entry for us. You know, to try to catch all the way down to these lows. So we still have a really good risk to reward setup. But again, this little fair value gap down here is where we bounced from before, but now we've created equal lows. So now we have liquidity here. Okay, if we could touch up into this fair value gap and we bounce from VWAP, I'll get an entry in the shorts. I'm not in yet. I'm waiting for that entry. You could get an entry here if you want. This can still be a solid entry with this 1 minute order block. I just want to see if we're going to try to touch up into this fair value gap and bounce off VWAP first. But this is still a solid entry. With this 1 minute order block forming, still a decent entry. I just want to wait and get a better RR here. Wait for us to touch up into this. Because that, to me, that would be more of an ideal setup, right? Not that. But if we get a good reaction off here, off our next 1 minute candle, man, closed above VWAP on that. Price is being very weird right now. Price is being very weird. It's this 15-minute fair value gap down here that we're bouncing from. But now we've generated a lot of liquidity here. There we go. Okay, I got an entry in the shorts. I just got an entry. I just got an entry there. Okay, my entry is at 17.72825. Oops. 2825. Keep a stop above the highs, above VWAP up there. 17.742. Okay, now I'm going to look for a price to drop from here. Okay, so you could, I'll probably take my first TP if we break these lows. Yes, I just added into a full position. I added into a full. Guys, we're still, I like that reaction we got off of off of this fair value gap here. I like that we generated liquidity. We generated some internal sell side liquidity. Now, the only risk with this trade is that we do have this 15-minute bullish fair value gap that we've been bouncing from. That is a risk, right? And that's a risk that I'm willing to take here. Okay, but now I just want to see us dump from here. I want to see us dump. Man, we are struggling. This is some weird price action today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, that just pumped quick. This is some interesting price action today. I'm not really liking it too much, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We got to get a strong reaction from this fair value gap from VWAP. I don't want to see us close above VWAP again. That's a nice quick liquidity grab up there. Now we got to see a dump. We got to see a dump from here. Got to see a dump. I like that candle. That's a really nice 1 minute candle. But we just got to see follow through. Got to see some follow through. That's why I gave myself room. That's why I put my stop up here. Well above VWAP, well above that fair value gap. Because now we have room to run. Okay, so my first TP is at these lows. Right, so about 67 ticks for my first TP. And then I'd want to hold this trade all the way down. All the way down to these lows. Probably all the way down to London low. But like I said, guys, price action is being really weird. We're not really seeing that follow through. But I like that we swung up, grabbed some liquidity, and we got that nice 1 minute candle. We're just not seeing that fall through. That 15-minute fair value gap is really holding us. It's really holding us. It's showing strong support. Come on now. Go take that first TP. Go take that first TP. Go take that first TP. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, like notice, just look how much we're manipulating. Look how much we're trying to still push up. Look how much we're struggling here. We just got to keep us, we got to stay under VWAP. We got to respect this 1 minute. If we respect this 1 minute fair value gap and we continue to wick up and drop, I think we will come down and take us out. I think we will come down and take our first TP. I think it's just kind of accumulating right now. I think it's setting up for a move. There we go. Now we just got to see that follow through now. We keep getting that rejection, but without any follow through. Like this, right? We keep getting rejection and then we see an aggressive bullish candle. That's what I mean by weird price action. That's what I mean by seeing we're having really weird price action today. Typically, man, I think that our trade would have already hit our first TP with a strong break of structure to the downside, a breakaway fair value gap, VWAP. Normally we would see a strong move down, but again, we do see that 15-minute bullish fair value gap down here. So I do understand like why we are seeing a little bit of support, but I still, you know, our structure is still broken. It's still to the downside. We still have our overall target is still down below, but they're just really messing with us here. They're really messing with us here. Now this looks like it's going to come up and try to stop us out, right? We just closed above VWAP. We're still in that fair value gap, but I just don't like that momentum. I don't like that momentum. Jeez. Well, this was some pretty rough price action. Pretty rough price action today, guys. That is crazy. That is crazy. There's a lot of manipulation going on today. A lot of manipulation. 'Cause, I mean, look at that candle. That's why this is why I still like the shorts, but we're just getting manipulated. I mean, I might even get a re-entry here, guys. We'll see. We still closed inside the fair value gap, but we closed above VWAP. Yeah, I mean, guys, we're struggling. We're just seeing a lot of manipulation, a lot of kind of just sideways movement here. A lot of sideways movement. This is just not ideal from here. Not ideal. I still think we're gonna drop. We've generated liquidity, but like it's just about it's about timing this right. It's about timing our entry right. Just because we're seeing so much manipulation. Guys, like the shorts are there. They're there. We've generated liquidity, but look at that. Like, Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta call it quits on this kind of market. I just still have so much conviction in the shorts with all this liquidity. We got 3 equal lows here. We've got our volume gap below. Look at that daily candle. I still have a lot of conviction in the shorts, but today is just about timing it right. Today is going to be a lot about timing. Yeah, I mean, guys, this 1 hour tells me short, short, short. Right, but we just struggled down here. But look at all these wicks. Look at all these wicks up. I mean, we closed just above that fair value gap, but look at that wick back up. There's just so much manipulation going on. But, you know, I just feel like those shorts are going to come in soon. But I don't want to keep taking entries in this area, right? I want to see it actually. I want to get a solid entry. But like all of these wicks up, guys, I still want to catch these shorts. They still look really nice. It's just VWAP right there is hard. Okay, I got one more entry in the shorts. I got one more entry in the shorts there. One more entry. One more entry up here. And look at that. Look at that. This might be my last trade. Where was my entry? Oh, I actually got a better entry than I thought. That's a lot better entry than I thought. But still, guys, we're still just not getting that follow through. I mean, look at these wicks, guys. Everything here tells me short, short, short. Everything here tells me short, short, short. So I'm still going to keep my stop up here. This will be my last trade here. This will be my last trade. Okay, first TP still at this low. About 88 ticks. Yeah, we're just... Yeah, there's so much manipulation. So much manipulation here. I mean, I'm still just like a few ticks in profit, but... Man, just closing above VWAP, I don't like to see that. Again, like I said, this will be my last trade. This will be my last trade. Alright, so I just want to let this one play out. I'm going to let this one play out and see if it'll actually run. Because if it does actually run, we have a lot of reward on this trade. Compared to our risk, our reward is there. So that's why I still want to let this one run. Again, if you guys want to take an profit at a 1-to-1, if you have 50-55 tick stop, do that. You can do that. I'm just going to hold to these lows. Alright, if you want to just move your stop to break even, you could do that. Right, you could move your stop to break even, make it a risk-free trade. Alright, this is my last trade, so I'm willing to just hold it. I'm willing to hold it, see if it plays out. But yeah, we're just so much chop. So much chop right now. Every time I really think it's going down, we just continue to chop. Yeah, it might be AMD. We might see this manipulation for a while, or this accumulation for a while, and then we might go up and manipulate. Right, but still sitting in profit here. So I'm just kind of holding this for now. But again, if you guys don't want to take this, I completely understand. You could just stay out of this because we are chopping. And we could still easily manipulate up and grab our stop, so... I like how this 5-minute candle opened up, starts to drop. 15-minute opens up, starts to drop. Right, I want to see that candle close. I want to see that candle start going up and then close down, right? Yes, the move will definitely be aggressive. That's why I like the setup still, because I think that the move can be very aggressive, but again, it's just... the timing is super difficult on this one. Okay, because, like, forget who said it, but we could easily see AMD here. Because we could see a manipulation up. You know, we could come up and grab our buy side and then drop. Right, so it's just the timing. And like I said, this is going to be my last trade. And if I get stopped out, I'll be done. I'll be done on this account for the day. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of manipulation. It's kind of these past 2 days in the morning have been pretty difficult to trade. The past 2 mornings have been difficult to trade. Power hour and, you know, like after lunch have been a lot better. They've been a lot better, right? So if I lose this trade, or even if I win this trade, right, I'll probably stop trading for a little while. Right, take a break. Win or lose, I'll come back. I'll take a break from trading. Just this market it's not. I don't like it too much. So what we might do is we might manipulate up. We might grab our stop, grab liquidity, and then dump. Right? It's definitely a possibility. But I still really like our 5 and 15-minute candle. I really like that we generated liquidity down here. But yeah, there is way too much consolidation. Way too much consolidation. Yeah, just too choppy. Too choppy to see a real move so far. Like every time I really think we're gonna get that breakout, we just come right back up, right? There we go. See, now we just need to see follow through. Now I need to see follow through. If you guys want to take first TP, take first TP. We just hit like 75 ticks, so take that first TP if you want. You can even just move your stop to break even if you want. I might take my first TP here. It's just we wicked up so far. We wicked up so far. I want to see us drop a little more. I want to see us come back down a little bit. But take that first TP, guys. Take that first TP. I didn't get that first TP in time. Yeah, I mean, guys, that wick is dangerous. That wick is really dangerous. I didn't even get to sell in time, so if we come back down though, I won't even wait for us to try to break this low. I'll just take my TP. Like, honestly, I might even just sell here. Alright, I just sold. I just want to be clean of this position. I'm going to move my stop to break even, and then I'm going to let it run. Okay, so my stop's at break even. Oh, there we go. See, there's the breakout. Take that TP, guys. My stop is now at break even. My stop is now at break even here. There's the breakout I was waiting for. But take that TP. Remember, this is liquidity right here. We could easily reverse from here. My stop is at break even. I sold some of my position, right? We could easily reverse after. Look at that liquidity sweep. We might reverse to the upside from here. So I sold most of my position. My stop is at break even. And, you know, we could very easily reverse. Look at that 5-minute candle. Yeah, we're going back up. That was a manipulation right there. We might see the long step in. We'll see. I'm keeping my stop at break even for now. Just because we've seen so much weird price action, I'm just going to see if this one will run still. Alright, I already took profit. I mean, this trade already hit 114 ticks, guys. 114 ticks. So I just made back a lot of my losses. Right, I didn't sell at 114 ticks, but I still made back a lot of my losses there. Again, if you want to get out completely, get out completely. That 5-minute candle is a little scary. Look how we manipulated down, grabbed liquidity, and then instantly shot back up. Right, we shot down into that 15-minute. Right, so I could definitely see us going up. I'm just going to let this one run and probably move my stop into profit here in a second. Yeah, I'm just going to move my stop into profit. I just moved it to 17,729.50, just above this high. Just above this high, because we really could pump from here. Okay, but I also want to leave it. I also want to leave it running just in case we do still dump. But I'm protecting my profits. I still want to collect my profits from this trade. So, I mean, 100 plus ticks on that. So that's nice. That's a nice little comeback trade. It's nice to make back some of our losses there. Alright, like I said, I was expecting this to happen. It was just about the timing. It was all about timing it right when we had all this chop. All the manipulation, all the accumulation. We'll see. We still have potential to drop from here. 15-minute order block. It's just this 15-minute fair value gap that's pushing us back up. Yes, exactly. That daily fair value gap. Look at that. This is why I wanted to go short. Exactly. Look at that drop from that daily fair value gap. I mean, at this point, I have my stop and profit. I'm just going to see if it'll run. Gonna see if it'll run. You could easily get out completely here. We're at like 80 ticks here. I think 70 to 80 ticks. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna sell one more here. Alright, so I sold one more. I'm just leaving a runner. I'm leaving a runner with my stop and profit now. Leaving a runner, stops in profit. Because, you know, if we do push through this imbalance, I think we'll push all the way down to these lows. If we can't push through this imbalance, longs are going to step in. Like we're seeing, right? We're struggling to push through this imbalance. But if we can push through this 15-minute imbalance, I think we'll come all the way back down to London low. So my stop is just above these highs still. I sold another position, right? So I only have one runner left. Pretty solid trade here. I mean, I'm not back to break even completely, but I just made back most of my losses there. So I'll take it. I'll take it. If this one runs, I will be back to break even, and I'll be back in profit. Sweet. I'll see you in a few hours, AZ Sunshine. Drive safe. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drop, 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 drop. You guys could sell more partials here if you want. We just hit 140 ticks. Remember, we're still in that imbalance. That's why I'm still holding my stop up above. Because I want to see if this imbalance, if we'll close below this imbalance. Because if we do, we're going to come all the way down to these lows down here. There we go. There we go. I'm moving my stop down a little bit. I just moved my stop to 17.72150. Remember, I only have one runner left, so I'm either getting stopped in profit or I'm taking full TP down at these lows for like 260 ticks. But my stop is now well into profit. It says 17.72150. So it's all the way up here. Alright, but this is looking pretty nice here. This is looking pretty nice. We just got to see that if this 15-minute candle closes below, I think we're going to keep running. I think we'll keep running. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 150 ticks so far, guys. 150 ticks. If you guys want to get out completely, just sell completely. You guys can easily sell completely here, right? We still have a support level here, so don't be too greedy. The only reason I'm letting this run is because I only have one runner left. I have one runner left, so I might as well let it run because my stop's in profit. I'm good with leaving this one. But if you have not taken most of your position out, I would definitely think about doing that. Alright, we're well over 100 ticks. I would definitely think about doing that. Nice 1 minute order block here. I mean, if we close below the 15-minute, if we displace this 15-minute fair value gap, I might even just add into my position and move my stop. You know, my break even will move down, and I'll just move my stop to break even, and I'll see if it'll go. But this is still a 15-minute order block fair value gap, so we'll see what we do. Can still get a strong reaction off of it. It closes in 40 seconds. Well, I'm glad for those of you that stuck around for this one. I know a lot of people left. But I'm happy for everybody that stuck around because that's a nice comeback win right there. So our bias was right the whole time, right? It was just about timing. Our pre-market analysis was right. Right, we saw our manipulation move up. We saw the shorts come into play. Right, so our whole analysis was right today. We just, I just didn't time it right. I mean, we closed inside of that fair value gap still, so if you guys want to get out completely here, you can. I'll probably move my stop a little bit farther down now. I'll wait for this 1 minute to close, and then I'm going to move my stop down. There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go, moving my stop down. 17, 7, 10, 2, 5. Come on now. Come on now. 170 ticks, guys. 170 ticks. My stop is just above this order block now. Just above this order block. So if we push above this order block, I'll get stopped out. That's okay. That's alright. I want to see a reaction here. We still close inside of this. Yeah, we might push up from here, low-key. Low-key, we have this 15-minute order block. We still close inside of this fair value gap. We start this candle down. We might push up from here. That's why I moved my stop all the way down. So, pretty freaking solid trade here, guys. Pretty solid trade. You know, it sucks that we didn't time it right the first time, or the first few times. But I'm happy that our analysis... Alright, I'm out. I'm out completely. I'm out. I said my stop was just above this order block right here. Okay, so I'm out of this trade. Fantastic comeback there. Who caught that trade with me there, guys? Who caught that trade with it right there? I hope you guys caught that with me. Is that everybody? I feel like more people caught that trade. Come on. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's how we battle back, right? Exactly, Billy McFutures. That's how we come back. Take a good solid trade. I know we were manipulating and accumulating a lot. Got stopped out a lot, but ended up making that trade. I mean, guys, I'm not back to break even. I'm still in the red because I did take a few losses with my full position. But that trade just helped me get back to very close to break even now, right? It helped me get back to a lot closer to break even than I was before. So I'm happy about that. At the bottom, 171 ticks, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay. So, I mean, we're going to have to be careful in this market today. We're definitely going to have to be careful in this market. It'll be an interesting rest of the day. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a break. I'm not going to trade probably for a little bit. I want to let this kind of settle down before I take any more trades. Kind of want to let this one settle down. You know, that trade, it was good. It was good. All right, so you know we helped our drawdown if you have a prop firm account. Good for our mindset, right? We'll end this session with a W. Yeah, I'll be on for Power Hour. I'll be on at 10:30 for a prop firm session. So I'll probably take a break. I don't know if I'll take any trades until then. I'll still be checking out the charts. If we kind of calm down and we see some clear price action, I might take a trade before then, and I'll let you know if I do. But I might just wait to take any trades until after, or until our 10:30 session. We'll see. We'll see it. But again, I'll let you know if I'm going to get in any trades. I'll still be watching the market. See what happens. But if you guys don't hear from me until then, I'll see you at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our prop firm session. All right, guys, take care of those accounts. Be smart. Manage that risk. Don't overtrade. Don't revenge trade. Wait for good setups, all right? Okay, guys. Well, go get some food. Take a little break. I'll see you guys in a few hours, alright? Sweet. God bless everybody. Peace.